We're live. Well, guys, I got the laptop to work. So we are a couple minutes early. So while I'm getting this moved around, get my cord done here while we're waiting for some people to show up. 6 people already. Great. I'm just gonna get my laptop moved here, guys. Not trying to drop or break anything. That will be bad. Very bad. So bear with me just a second. Turn this other light off. All right. See how this looks. Probably not as good as my phone, but I want to try and get away from using my phone. So some people might still be over on the event deal, but I couldn't figure out how to get that one started. So here we are on this one right now. Just get my stuff all situated here. Got cords everywhere. And then I'll get caught up with you guys. Oh, what a mess. All right. Wow, all kinds of comments ready. How's it going, Ontario? Hi, Craig. John. James. Other buddy, John. Ted. How's it going, Maine Farmer? How's it going, Ted? Few of you. How's it going, Jackie? Brian. Oh, don't move so fast on me here. Oh, okay, third. How's it going, Mac Farms? Ted, discussion is whatever you guys want to talk about. You guys start asking questions, getting topics started, and we'll discuss whatever. We're not going to discuss explicit things, though. How's it going, DeHaven? Hello, Top Notch. Hey, Floyd Farms. Something to occupy me. All ready for the big snow? No, I'm not. I think I'm more ready for the big snow than I am for the 50-degree below wind chill that they're talking on Wednesday. Just got home from the auction. How's it going, Cowboy 80? Talk about how hot it is today. It's so hot that you go outside for about 15 minutes and you can't feel your fingers anymore. And then they start to hurt. They feel like they're on fire, but really they're freezing. Not very nice outside. Yeah, don't forget to give a thumbs up, guys. Oh, hey, timer. Yeah, ouch. -50 is right. It's going to suck. The last few mornings have been 10 to 15 below, and that's cold enough. I'd leave now. Yeah, it's not going to be very much fun. But as long as we can keep the cows out of the wind, they'll be fine. Vehicles are all parked inside, so they'll be fine. So it'll be fine. Hey, it's freaking cold, all right. Snowing over in Michigan right now, huh? James, the cows are good. They're fat. They're pregnant. And they got to be getting close to calving because they're eating less and less every day. So, yeah. Figure there's, about 2 more weeks till the first calf is due according to the date the bulls put out. Oh, first like, how are the plans with my new building coming along? Everything's very expensive with that. Rafters are about 40% higher than they were a couple years ago when I talked to them about trusses, rafters, whatever you want to call them. So I'm waiting to hear the utility company is supposed to be here to take these power lines down. And when he stopped talking to me the other day, he asked me if I'd be interested in utility poles. And I said, yeah. So I might be getting enough utility poles that I have a lot of my posts for my building. But what it might start out being is I might build the 3 walls kind of like a windbreak and then put a roof on later. We're going to see what happens this year. It's not going to be cheap, but I think it'll be a nice area to have it. And then it give me more room up here by the shed for other stuff. So as of right now, it's probably just going to be a windbreak built this year. Get it all set up so I can get the animals down there. And get my alleyway built up to the calving barn and stuff. So that's all good to go. Brian, the cows are in the cow lot. They can't go out in the fields or anything right now, so they kind of go wherever they want. Uh, they know what's best for them. I give them the option, so they can go inside though. What happened to global warming? No kidding, right? Global cooling. As long as the heat stays on, that's right. Got wood stove going. I've got, of course, a torpedo heater out in the shop if I need it, and there's LP backup in the house. So as long as the generator starts, if power goes out, we'll be good. 45 degrees. It's amazing you guys are that much farther north than us and it's that warm. I know. DLK, hey, he had 44 degrees today too. He sent me a snap of that and was like, wow, I can't believe that. Hope it stays in the US. Building materials are ridiculous. They are. What's up, Will? How's your water line doing that decided to spring a leak? No, Ted, I agree with you. I don't think things are going to get any cheaper, but I think I'm going to build it in a step by step, one process at a time. Get the walls done for windbreaks, and we can always put cattle down there. And if it works good enough without a roof, maybe I'll just build some calf shelters like what Mr. Anderson has up in Alberta, and just have the shelters for the calves. I'd kind of like to have a roof for my steers during the summer, so I don't have to sit and bake in the sun. But half the time they lay out in a lot anyways in the sun. Oh, where'd you go? Just made some short ribs tonight. Where'd them short ribs come from? Aldi's? Loaded baked potatoes. I had hamburgers. LVF burgers, man. How cold is it gonna get? Well, it is supposed to get down to, I'll tell you in 1 second what our forecast is. It is currently 5 degrees. It is supposed to get down to -14. Real feel is 0 right now. So that's what the current temperature is. Oh, where am I now? You ever thought about buying a small sawmill and mill some lumber over the winter? I have. I even thought about just buying like an Alaskan mill it's just the hardware and then use a 2x4. But that's a lot of work. The steel is what's going to be the most expensive. And when it comes to the trusses, I've got to put a row of posts to divide the feed alley where they're going to be standing to eat versus the bedding alley anyway. So why not just put longer posts in there and then just use 2x12s for the rafters instead of buying engineered trusses? It's worked on every other building I've built so far, so I'd love to have a wood stove in the farmhouse. If you've got trees to cut down, you might as well cut the trees down, or at least get some value out of them. You're paying taxes on the ground. If you can burn the firewood, might as well. That's kind of why I'm doing it. The trees are here, paying taxes on the ground anyways. Open it up so grass will grow for the cows and heat in the house. Get some money back out of it that I'm paying in for taxes. 57 here today. 15 right now. How'd the auction go, Jackie? I hate that when I scroll down and it goes all the way to the bottom. Don't miss wood stove. Amazing heat, but miserable. It is when you got to go and fill it twice a day. Although now after that new addition, I can fill it at 7 o'clock at night, and at noon the next day it's still going. So I go out there, around 10 o'clock or whatever, and I throw a couple logs in there, and then I load it again at night. So it's not too bad. Farmall fanatic dropped a 10 bomb on me. I appreciate that, buddy. Where are we? Need to figure out a mini X to get it all. Oof, that sucks. I'm having some waterline issues right now too, but mine aren't terrible. Um, Ours is the washing machine. All that rain we got after ground was froze, it plugged into the tube out there, and now it's down a long ways. Actually, the water's bubbling out underneath the garden, so at least it's not totally plugged. We can still wash clothes. And they're talking what, somewhere between 4 and 12 inches of snow this week, so that should insulate the ground and help that out tomorrow. Stuff was high. 26 and snowing, 26 and snow, and by Wednesday, -9. -5 real feel, -22 right now, and a few hours west of you. Yeah, it's gonna get cold. Wednesday, they're talking it's gonna be really cold. I don't know if this will help. I've got a LED light strip bar above my other computer. I'm gonna use my laptop. My desktop is behind it, and I've got LED light bar that pivots so I can turn it out or push it back. So more light on my desk or less light. So okay, wife is sick of you. Farmall fanatic. I'm pretty sure everybody here subscribes to Farmall fanatic, but if you don't, go subscribe to Farmall fanatic. Uh, Playing in the mud. Well, I wish we could send you some of our frozen ground. It's been frozen. The ground has been frozen here since the last week of October, a month earlier than normal. Just do what Will is doing and use big squares. Might have to. They can just eat their shed then. I'm actually considering having my buddy Big Square a bunch, so I have a bunch of big squares to use as scaffolding for building that roof when I do it. That's what I did when I built the cow shed. Just stacked up big squares, use them for scaffolding. Didn't have to worry about falling as far that way. But when I build this other shed, I'm either going to buy one of those man lift, the rotating extendable booms, or I'm going to rent one for a week or two. Just climbing around on purlins and stuff on the roof is no fun. Putting the steel on, then it's fine, but the rest of it sucks climbing around up there. 190,000? Wow. I figured I knew what you meant there, Kenny. All right. I got to go a long ways to catch up to you guys. There's a sawmill in Rock Creek. Works pretty good. I'll have to remember that, John. I'm going to be going up to the cabin here one of these weekends, so when I'm up that way, I'll give you a shout. I know you're probably not around the farm on the weekends, but me and the wife go up there. Maybe we'll give you a shout and see if we can't meet up somewhere. Egg Wild, how's it going? Hey, Will. I gotta say Will Sowers because there's a couple Wills on here right now. I wish I had a wood stove in the house because them outdoor boilers are not that efficient. It's nice to messes outside, but you lose a lot of heat value, when it's outside for efficiency. Um, yeah, how you feeling, Mr. Tada Farms? Med's still working. You're not in too much pain. Hey, bud. I'll give you 4 to 12. Have you been on pushing mud? Mud sucks. Nice and 48 here. I don't know if any of you guys watched that, is it Texas Grazer down there? I mean, heck, even down in Texas, they've been down in the 30s. Or they've been down below freezing anyways. Yeah, Ted, trickle feeding works. Mine's out there trickle feeding right now. I run it just fast enough that it don't freeze. And works good. How's it going, Nash? Yeah, stay warm is right. The biggest thing is, Ted, when it gets really cold, you got to run the water faster. But that's the one bad thing. But if you're using a hose, worst come to worst, shut it off and pull it in the shop or in the house or whatever. Mr. Jeff Ramo. Jeff Ramo's in the house, you guys. Jeff Raymond. Minus 27 here Tuesday for the low. High Wednesday, minus 19. Yeah, I heard that the high this week is going to suck. Took a long nap. IHUS. Yeah, minus 22 last night. It's going. It's got to go. We can't prevent it from going, so. What date do I put my bowl in usually? Well, typically in May, I like to calve in February. It's a crappy time of the year to calve, but I can warm calves up. It's really hard to cool them down when they're overheating and dying of heat stress. Had that happen. And we have wolves, we have coyotes, and we even have mountain lion on camera. So I like my calves to be up and strong on their feet before they go to pasture. So February and March calving is what I'm shooting for. I think next year I'm going to push them back to end of February. So, Mr. Nate. Ribs are awesome. Thanks for feeding them so well. Not a problem, buddy. I'm feeding your next one right now. You'll have more beef come this next fall. I also split a 1.75 copper pipe too. And the hits just keep rolling. Welcome to owning a resort, buddy. Oh, yep, the fun of owning a resort. How's it going, Dave? Wolves in Wisconsin? Yes, we have wolves in Wisconsin. This has been probably 8, 9, 10 years ago now. I was spread manure, and I had 3 of them come out. They walked right out to the manure and sniffed, and then went right back in the woods. Yeah, we have wolves here. See them on trail cams all the time. And across the river, they see mountain lions on trail cams quite a few times. And you guys don't know it, but at the end of my field back here, the very far back one, about 300 yards back, there's a house. And that guy had pictures on the trail cam of one with 2 kittens. So, yes, and they're reproducing in this state as well. So I like my calves strong on their feet before they go to pasture. Trying to stay warm. How's it going, Minnesota, Oliver and Deer? Oh, don't go so far. 38 here today. No, we cannot legally hunt wolves here. The 3 S's. The 3 S's. Yeah, we have bear here too. They don't usually bother the livestock too much, though. Just had a wolf get hit and killed down the road. I would say the wolves that I saw would make a German Shepherd look small. They're big. Minus 25, not looking good. No. Yeah, wolves. I hate the wolves. Wolves and the coyote or the cougar. But coyotes, I don't worry about them so much. The calves are big enough by the time they go to pasture, they don't really mess with them. But of course, I don't have any other animals that they would go after. So if I had chickens or something like that, then I really wouldn't like the coyotes either. How's it going, Sylviane? Sylviane is looking to see if there's any other farming chicks here. I thought my wife would be here, but she's yammering on the phone to somebody, so just coyotes up there. You're lucky, Mac. How's it going for him? They can handle themselves. 69 Ruth. It's actually D Ruth. Any black bears? They can be a handful in the spring. Yeah, we got a lot of black bear around here. But it seems like there's enough food for them in the spring early enough that they don't bother the cattle too much. They'll wreak some havoc on the fences when they go through. But on a lot of my fences, I shut off the bottom strand and they just go between it and they don't have an issue then. We get going on corn, I'll let you know. Mac lives on an island, they can't get there. Does it does the water stay open all the way around the island or does it freeze part of it because it doesn't take much ice for animals to cross water? Should say it doesn't take much hard water for animals to cross a lake or an ocean. Um, Lots of house dogs getting picked off from wolves. Yep. Well, see here, that's the debate. They're wolves, but really they're just a big dog. So, um, anything new going on? Not right now. Just kind of playing the waiting game. Hoping to get taxes done and maybe get a tax return. Hopefully. Yeah, your tour Rogers. There's all kinds of pretty green paint there. Oh, Wisconsin Joe. Hope you're enjoying Wisconsin weather like I am. Just, yeah, loving it. Big time loving it. IHUS, Pennsylvania. I don't think he's in Pennsylvania. One side of the causeway freezes, the other side stays open. See, all they need is a little bit of ice and they can cross it. Oh, ice fishing on 3 inches. You sound like my father-in-law. Crazy. Really extreme cold next week. That's right, Travis. It's gonna suck. I don't like cold weather. I'm about ready to move down to Texas. Maybe Florida. Are there any cows in Florida? Oh, where'd that go? Probably gonna butcher this name wrong, but Lexenbrew from Russia. How's it going, Russia? Same with the skunks porcupine there on the mainland, but yeah. Go help teach the agriculture college in really in Africa. Sylviane, I'm gonna be speaking on March 26th. Gonna be speaking to NRCS people, DATCAT people, and the DNR. Gonna give them an education. Yepper. Yep, big dogs a superior instinct. We can change that for you, Mac. Yeah, see, I thought IH was in Wisconsin. I don't know what part of Wisconsin, but I do believe he said east of me. I'd have to go back up and find it, but come visit me in Russia. I'll show you bears. No, you guys got big bear. You guys got big hogs too. Big wild ones. How's it going, Brad? Are you up in CL right now? Up to your Poppy's place? 22 inches of ice. Yeah, I can't remember what the father-in-law said. There is up at the lake. There's quite a bit of ice up there too. And all this cold is really gonna make ice. The last time my daughter was up there, she was ice skating and it was really talking, and she got pretty nervous for a while. It's popping pretty good. A lot of fun can be had with 3 inch. Oh boy. The ice was crystal clear. That's freaky when you can see through the ice. It's like you're standing on clear, on water. That's crazy. Which you're standing on water, obviously hard water, but that's just weird. A lot of cows in Florida. That's good to hear. Might have to move to Florida. Yeah, the Bobcat stopped leaking. I got her. Land's cheap in South Carolina. Yeah, I'm contemplating moving south, let me tell you what. If all my family wasn't from up here, I've only got one relative that lives down by you guys. Everybody else is up here. Wish they were all smart and would have moved south a long time ago. Bobcat is fixed. Those seals in the tilt for the bucket were the issue. And the weird thing is, they only leak when you first start the skid steer up, and they leaked really bad. And as soon as you would turn the interlock off and go run it for a minute, they would quit leaking. That's why it was so hard for me to find that leak. Um, I tried it twice before I actually fixed it, and that was the problem. As soon as you would push that interlock and drive around, it quit leaking. Is the weirdest thing. It was really difficult to find that leak. I swore it was that hose because that hose was wet all the time, but what a pain. I'm just glad it's fixed now. Hard to give up our summers, yeah. Although we have hot and humid here too, so I've been down to Virginia and stuff, and it's hot and humid down there. It's hot and humid here. I don't know, but we don't have big snakes and huge spiders and everything else that they have down south. Uh, did you get someone to look at that John Deere tractor in Pennsylvania? I have not. I called them. I'm still waiting to hear back. It's gonna need a lot of work. I think it's the way they make it sound. It's field ready, but it's really ugly. So just scares me the hours that are on it. But depending on what trucking would be to get it here, it's still low enough that I could rebuild the motor and go through the whole transmission and be cheaper than anything I found around here for sale. And still be under what they're asking. So I'm waiting to hear back on trucking on that. So uh, jumped a long ways. I hate that when I scroll down a little bit, it goes way down. My beard is awesome. It's getting there. How long that is. I'm going to shave it at Easter. I'm going to let this grow till Easter. I've shaved this twice already, but not this. Got to keep my chin warm. Define cheap. Depends what you're talking about. Some things are cheap, some things aren't. A cheap date isn't always cheap. See you later, Travis. 360 acre farm, hay and pasture land, 1,800 per acre. That's cheap. I could sell my farm up here and go down there and buy triple or 4 times what I have here. TMR mechanic. I don't know what that's in reply to. Lots of bush latte to keep warm. Attaboy. I don't drink bush latte though. I drink regular bush. I get a heartburn from light beer. I don't from regular draft beer. Northeast Ohio, the party is just starting. Some people go to bed early though, Ted. Some people don't stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock like you and I do. Okay, I'll stay. Oh, quit jumping around on me here. I can't go as fast as Farmall Fanatic in these things. He boogies right along. Ever drove a three-wheeler? Yeah, I've rolled a three-wheeler a couple times. I've rolled a couple four-wheelers. Had some pretty bad wrecks on dirt bikes. Everything's field ready. Yep, to a point. Till it's not. They say there's nothing wrong with it though, but I don't know how much the 900-mile trucking is going to cost. That's the biggest thing. So trucking, we're going to see. My cousin's dealing on another tractor out there, so we might be able to get a split, a discount on trucking. So we'll see what happens. Fields are a soupy mess. They are rock solid here. I think we've got frost down at least 2 feet. Love live streams. They're fun because you never know what's going to happen. Until you get in the field is right. How's it going, agriculture, India? The tractor was in, I'm going to butcher it, Mashapami, something like that. PA Farms was like an hour away from them. And his brother said that he could run over there and look at it for me if I wanted to. See if I can find it. I had a picture of it on here, but I might not have it saved anymore. No, I don't. I'd have to go back on Tractor House. It's on Tractor House 7410, I believe. 19.5 in PA. So, like Tollham Farms or something like that, dealership. But local diesel shop would completely rebuild that engine for under 6,000, and I can rebuild the transmission, go through the whole thing for under a couple grand. So, everything I've been finding around here is $30,000. So if I could buy that one for 19, get it delivered for less than 21, I could go through everything and still be under 30, and have a brand new motor and have a brand new transmission. So I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Costs $5 per mile to get things to us. Yeah, and we'll see what happens there. Do you need a cab kit or engine kit? I must have missed something on that one. IH is cheap. I know I've had IH in the past. I'm not having IH anymore. I'd take a Magnum. But the problem is when you compare Magnums to anything I'm looking at, they're the same money. So they're not any cheaper than a deer when you're talking the era that I want to get into. Gerald Farms wants to try that again. Ready to do hay, all fenced in. I'm ready to do hay too. Just the weather will cooperate now. You could just fly out and visit some friends out there and make a good old trip out there. Minnesota, you're Travis too far. I was talking to the Northeast Ohio farmer. I'm assuming that Minnesota Oliver deer, your first name must be Travis, which I'm assuming. Because you're talking about two different Travises on here, and I know a Travis in Ohio. Ted, I could probably fly out to PA and drive that 7400 back, right? How long do you think it would take me to go 900 miles at about 20 miles an hour? How many times do I have to stop for fuel? Probably need new tires when I got home, too. How's it going, Mark? Down eating. USHIP. I don't. A lot. You ship? Well, I don't know. The dealership is supposed to give me a quote on it, so. Formal, my name starts with D. Then obviously you're not the other Travis that they're talking about on here. 5250. And those aren't very cheap either. So, yeah. Pretty sure the 5250 still got the 5.9 Cummins in it, don't it? I do not want a 1586. I know there's one that they probably give me, and I won't even take it. I know there's a 1566 I know I could get for free, but there's something with that. It's only does it have a high and low and then only a 3-speed, something like that? It doesn't have as many gears. It's something weird. And then I want to say it's 1,000 only. Farmall Fanatic is the live streaming man. I was on 2 of his live streams in the last day. Well, Farmall, no swearing. I had Farmall, had a 504 diesel, roll crop. I had a 560 diesel turbo, had an M&W turbo on it. The thing was an awesome tractor, but it just wasn't enough tractor. It's kind of like a 4020. More with the turbo on it was more power than it was tractor. And it's kind of like the 4020. It's got more power than tractor right now. So had a 706 diesel. I love that tractor, but I'm gonna get all my John Deere first before I worry about buying anything else. Before I buy a Farmall, I'm probably gonna buy a Ford. If I could find a nice TW15 Series 2, I'd probably buy that for a 7410 Deere. But I can't find any around here right now. How's it going, Darren? Should be able to drive it home in a week. Find somebody to do all my chores for me every day, that'd be great. Couple cases of beer, a Dewey or two. Yeah. Once a week on Friday now. Bad fuel and hay hauler, ice and fuel tank. Yep, it's that time of year. All that condensation that's been collecting the fuel tank all year is going to rear its ugly head right now. That is why I like my skid steer sitting in a heated shop. It's always above freezing in there 24/7, which they can still gel up. But with the treated fuel, I don't have an issue. When they all sat outside all the time, I had a lot of problems. I do not miss the days of block heaters. I would rather cut an extra 2 loads of wood to keep that skid steer warm than park it outside. 90 Bob Hop, yes, very close to there. Very close to Bloomer. Drove your. How fast that spare go, Ted? Go about 15 miles an hour, or does that Patriot get up to 20? I know my buddy Corey's got a Patriot, and they don't go very fast. Oh, my 4020 is a synchro. I really like the 6-cylinder 51, 5200 series case IH tractors. See, now aren't they still like the old 2096s where they had like your range gears and your 3-speed power shift? See, Deere kind of copied that, but they went to a 4-speed power shift for the quad range, and they didn't, obviously they call it something different than Case did. The one thing I don't like about Case, when you push the clutch in, they go, "Arr!" I never cared for that. On the Magnums, on the old 2096s, on the 1370 that shows up here half the time, on the 2090, I never understood what the heck that was in the transmission. That every time you push the clutch, it sounds so goofy. John Stevens, what red power are you looking for? He was looking for anything that's red. It'd probably be a Dodge with red paint. See you later, bud. Warren McKnight. Hey, Brad, what's the weather like there? It is about 5 degrees above zero and falling. It's supposed to get down to minus 14 tonight. Fahrenheit. 3-speed trans and 1000 PTO. Got 2 good ones. That's enough. C would be fun. Buy Case, won't need a John Deere. Yeah. I've worked on them all, and I prefer my Deere. My cousin has that repair shop, and I help him when he needs help, and I just prefer the Deere. I've been in all of them, and I still prefer the Deere. Tractors are too high in your part of the world. You got that right, Will. You would think they were made out of gold up here, and it doesn't matter what they are. I'm sure that 1086 will work good for you, Tim, from your weekly date. I'll drive it if the heater works. It'd be a long haul, Nash. It'd be a long time sitting in the tractor. There, moved on me again. Dang it. I'm trying not to miss anybody's comments. I scroll down a little bit and it goes way to the bottom. 706 diesel with 310. Exactly. No, ours was a 282, was not the German. Yeah, 282. And it was the night, I don't know, our 282 was very easy on fuel. You literally fill the tank once a year and you'd rake and cut hay all summer long on a tank of fuel. That thing was a fuel sipping beast. By the deer. I'm kind of waiting to see what happens, Steve. If they give me a decent price on trucking, it'll probably show up in the driveway. They have a 5420 and a 5425, I want to say, on their lot too. I like to do a package deal on 5420 and the 7410, but I can't afford that. $50,000. Go green or go home. I agree. Deer over the Ford, huh? Yeah, TW15 would be nice. My cousin's got that TW5 you guys have seen probably in the pictures or whatever. It's a hell of a nice tractor. He's had, well, they've been Ford their whole life, so they bleed blue. They won't own anything other than a Ford, New Holland. Yeah, it's hard to get away from the double odd and the 10 series. I don't want to go anything newer than that because I don't want computer brain crap. I want stuff that's still mechanical. Definitely can take in the scenery at that speed. 4-speed power shift and left-hand reverser. Which model is that on, Mark? That's not on one of the 5000 series, is it? Maybe I can stop by sometime. Just let me know. Shoot me a message, man. All the Case IH, Ted, that I've ever drove, 1370s all the way up to the 7110 Magnums. When you push that clutch in, especially if you're sitting still, maybe the Magnums aren't as bad, but the older Case IH and Case, when you push the clutch in, that last little bit, you would hear the transmission do something funky. And I can't remember what they call it because I want to say they don't have an actual clutch in them. It makes a different sound. It's like something slowing down. It's really weird. Yeah, and TNR, I mean, shit, his deer that they've got, he's closing in on 20,000 hours on them. Still using them every day. Yeah, John, I agree. Rather push a 7410. Hoping I don't got to push one though. I wouldn't mind buying that one and putting a new motor and going through the transmission. You know, if I could buy it this year, get through this year with it, and then next winter have it in the shop, pull the motor out, send that down to Eau Claire Machine, have them do the engine, and then while the engine's down there, go through the transmission. That'd be awesome. Then I want to do that to the 6400 in a couple of years because he's 10,000 hours on him now. Need a fifth wheel trailer then, yeah. Have a fifth wheel trailer, but needs a new deck. And it's only a tandem axle single. I don't know how it would handle that much weight all the time on a trip lap bar. You know, around here pulling the pulling tractors and stuff is fine, but that trailer that I have that hauled the 4030, hauled the 3010. What else it hauled? It hauled the 64, hauled the 4440, but it was close. So I've never hauled anything very long distance with that much weight on that trailer that I have now. And if I was going to haul something from PA to Wisconsin, I'd probably buy a new truck or a newer truck, find a newer Duramax. Yes, Chris, that is exactly where it was. However you say that. Mashopin, something like that. Last fall, deadlift 400 like nothing. Now I can barely pull them. Trying to get a hold of the Amish. They build rafters and buildings and stuff. Yeah, I think there's a few Amish over that way. And then the price I got, I want to say, is from the rafter place in Elmina or somewhere up in that area. And they were almost $400 a piece. And they're up almost $100 a rafter from the last time I got prices a couple years ago. The old orange case tractor, no, the white ones. The orange ones did too, but like the 1370 the neighbors have, they've got a 2090, they got a 2590, 2096, and they all make that goofy sound when you push the clutch in. These guys are talking wrestling. Things made in the 90s are the best. 64 uses, a little smidge of oil. Yeah, it's got blow by too, so that's the biggest thing. You know, it might be where I could just go through and put new rod main bearings in it in the tractor, do an in-frame, and take the head off and have the head done, put new rod main bearings in it, probably put it back together and run for another 10,000 hours. I'm assuming the blow by probably isn't from the rings, but it's hard to see if there's cracked rings without pulling the pistons out. But that engine shop that I'm talking about, they want the whole engine with the injector pump still on it, the water pump still on it, the starter on it. When they get done with them, the injector pump is redone, has brand new injectors. It's put on a stand and run, and they break it in on their stand before they give it back to you, and it comes with a 3-year warranty. So sometimes it's a nice peace of mind. I never did any wrestling, just with girlfriends or the wife. I would get if I had a gooseneck. I have the gooseneck. I just need a different truck. I sure the heck ain't driving that 6-liter gas all the way to Pennsylvania and back. It would be cheaper just to pay the guy to haul it. 11 miles a gallon. Now on the way back, probably about 6. About an hour west of me. Time apart. That's the biggest thing. It's a long time. I gotta go a little faster and try and catch up to you guys. Computers on wheels, exactly. Road trip. You never own the operating system. Nope. Isn't that pathetic? Alright, I must be caught up to you guys now. Yeah, so I don't know. There is a 7400 at John Deere locally, but they want $30,000 for it, and it doesn't have the right shifting in it. Hey, comrade. It's the 2-lever shifting. I don't want the 2-lever. I want the 3-lever. I want the forward, reverse, or right hand. I don't want where you got to shift all the way through the forward gears to get to the reverse gears. I hate them. That seems retarded to me. So yeah, we'll see what happens. There is another tractor that I'm considering looking at. It's older than I want, but when you find a misfit, sometimes you just got to buy it. And there is a 4040 locally that has a 359 turbo engine in it. A 359 out of a 3255 Deere. It is a misfit. I almost want to buy it just to own it so I can take pictures and be like, look at this, guys, 359 and a 4040. Problem is I didn't put the engine in there, but I think it'd be cool to have. And 359 is a good engine. I mean, that's what Egg Wild is 7210, I believe, has a 359 turbo in it. And they're a damn good engine, so give Paul Larson Implement Cambridge. He can find stuff. Might have to do that. John and I haven't gone down to Tractor Central either and talked to them, have them look for it. Actually, a very good YouTube buddy of mine is a salesman at Tractor Central in Cameron. And I could probably have him to search for me too, but I just been keeping an eye out on Tractor House or whatever. How far west drive that combine? I don't know what you're talking about, Darren. That would be cool. Only buy it if it was chrome stack. Well, I'm sure I could talk him into putting chrome stack on it if that would sell it. Quiet and snappy is right, John. See, I wanted to find a 9400 combine because that's what they run there too. My uncle told me don't because apparently they're known for breaking the crankshaft off because they got too much weight on them on a 9400 combine. But in a tractor, it doesn't matter because it's all bolted solid. West drove at 50 miles. What combine are you guys talking about? Is TR? 50 miles from field to field is plenty far enough, but that's not driving at 850 miles. Wonder if it might be closer if I take the ferry across Lake Michigan. Wonder what tolls would be driving that on the tollway through Chicago. Can you imagine the pissed off people if you took that down the highway? Cabin air conditioning, air ride. Bad back and lungs. 359 dyno to 108 horsepower. And this one they're saying is putting out around 120, so it'd be ideal. I'm looking for that 115 horsepower is all I want. Enough to chop, plenty for baling. I don't do any tillage, so I don't really need horsepower for tillage. I just want the weight and horsepower for chopping in the hills because we are going to start chopping. We're going to chop all our winter rye, and I think I'm going to plant a bunch of sorghum sedan grass this year, and I think we're going to chop that too. So I'm really looking for another chopper this spring too because the 718 isn't going to chop that stuff. Yeah, Brian, it sucks buying anything newer and paying that kind of price. 9,500. When I upgrade, that's probably what I'm going to upgrade to is a 9,500. I want to stay with a walker machine. I don't want to get into that newer rotor type. How's it going, Devin? I sent you a friend request too on Facebook in case you ever go on there. I never saw that video, Darren, so I don't know. I honestly don't watch a lot of the big channels anymore. I'll watch Wes's every great once in a while, but I watch a lot of you guys with smaller channels. I don't watch a lot of the big guys anymore. It seems like once they get over 10,000 subscribers, their head gets too big. So I don't watch a lot of the big channels anymore. I don't know why he would have got in trouble though for no proper permits. Around here, you don't have to have permits to drive farm equipment on the road unless it's wider than 15 feet. Yeah, the early 9400s had that problem. That's what my uncle was saying. Couple over 3 times. There's a serial brake, bad cranks on the 9400s. Maybe that's what it was, John. People in Chicago, yeah, their heads would explode. They wouldn't even know what it was. What the hell is that thing? Why is it only going 20 miles an hour? Well, and I'm not talking about a combine either, guys. I'm talking about a tractor. So, but yeah, I agree. If they saw a combine on the road by Chicago, yeah, come on, 4320. I'd love to have a 4320 someday, but I don't want to be my main tractor for chopping and baling. 5250. Once I get my John Deere collection, you guys, then I'll start looking at Case IH. Once I build the second shed or the third shed, you know, then I'll start buying Case. Once I get all the Case, and I'll start buying Ford, New Holland. Once I get all that, then I'll find all the Olivers that I want. I got to make the money first. I got to get the tractors I need first, and then we can start buying the toys. Yeah, 9,500 bought brand new. Somebody bought my 4,400 brand new too, and it's still running. I had to. Just turn up 4240 or 5240. John Deere fan, 1993. How's it going? Turd hunting gone wrong. Cold in Wisconsin tonight, Bird. You're darn right it is. Can't wait to go back outside. Yeah, exactly. Big G. I mean, it seems like once they get to 10,000 subs, their head just gets so full of themselves and they get arrogant or cocky or something. I can't stand that. I like the smaller guys. They're down to earth. They're making videos for a purpose. You know, they're not just there for the, I don't know, for the publicity or whatever you want to say. I don't know. Come on. I'm the same way. I love ending my nights with smaller channels. Yeah. It's like keeping up with your best friends that way. Once the bigger guys get too big and they can't keep it more one-on-one with anybody or even carry on a conversation with their subscribers because you're getting too many subs. I don't know. It just seems I don't know. I drove a 1086 through Lansing, Michigan. Axle duals. Drove cars up on the sidewalks. How's it going, CE? No, most of you guys, all the names look familiar. There's a few here and there that keep popping up. I don't know, like years of turd hunting gone wrong. Um, I know most of you guys probably know each other, but if you see a name you don't recognize, over on the side where the little three dots are, if you click on there, it'll pop up that you can go to their channel. You can go to their channel. My live stream will still play, and you can look through their videos, and you can save a video to watch later. Then you close that screen back down, and then later after the stream, you go to their channel, watch their video, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe to them or whatnot, or you can just click on their thing and subscribe to them too. So you seem like you're bugging them. You got that right. Um, John Stevens Mythic are about 3 weeks away. I don't know what you guys are talking about there, but Eric, I'm gonna put in. See that the field across the road up there that was corn and beans last year. I think I'm gonna plant half of that Sudax or sorghum Sudan grass. The other half I'm gonna do new seeding, alfalfa, and I think it's got an Italian rind, but I'm gonna add some orchard grass too. My buddy Jeff, he's on the he's kind of towards the center of the state of Wisconsin. He gave me 18 bags of alfalfa Italian rye mix seed for basically free. So I'm going to seed half that down, and then the rental ground I'm probably going to seed the whole thing down. And then the other half I'm going to plant sorghum Sudan, and then something behind the house here I'm going to plant sorghum Sudan too. So I don't know exact acres, but it's going to be probably around 15, be pretty close to what Beezer had planted last year. Guess I don't have much time left. Yeah, Mac, but you're not an arrogant prick. Sometimes that makes a big difference too. I watch a few of the bigger channels that have really good content, But there's some bigger ones that, they don't even acknowledge your comment. You can at least like their comment, you give it a thumbs up or hit the heart button or something to acknowledge the person exists, that their comment was made. There's many that don't. And I think once it gets to that point, I know people like making the videos, but to me, if you can't even acknowledge your supporters, then it's almost become a job that you dislike because you can't do the whole thing. Money is kind of important. Just don't get a big head. That's right. God dang it. Just about to Devin's comment, and then it left. They're all toys. Once you buy one, they keep coming in. Problem is, Devin, I've sold a lot of my toys over the years. If you guys on Instagram see that, because putting pictures of the 4030 on there, the 44. I wish I had a picture of the 4. Well, there is one round baler on my old 604K Vermeer round baler, but I don't have a picture of the 3010. I only have, well, I do have 2 pictures of the 4430, but I don't like posting a lot of pictures on social media to have my wife and my kids on there. The 4430, my wife and I had our pictures taken with it, so I don't really post that on like Instagram and stuff where there's a lot of people that follow me that I don't know. But otherwise, I don't have pictures of many of them. I don't have a picture of the 1955 Oliver. I don't have a picture of the 504. I don't have a picture of the 70 or the 560. What else have I bought and sold that I don't have pictures of? Yeah, I don't have pictures of a lot of them. I wish I had a phone with a camera back then. I'd have a lot more pictures. No, Ted, it's what I'm comfortable with is the biggest thing. It's not really about the color, it's what I'm comfortable with. And after working with my cousin on equipment for so many years, I like working on deer more than anything else. I have participated in, I don't know how many Magnum splits. And if I never have to do another Magnum split in my life, I'll be a very happy man. When it takes 4 men and a baby to put a transmission back in the tractor, that ain't fun. And that baby helps a lot. Five grown men is too much. You gotta have 4 men and a baby. I'm gonna be I have to do soil testing in this year because for me to stay NMP certified for the NR 590 plan, I have to soil sample every 4 years. So I will be soil sampling again this year, and I'm talking to my buddy John at NRCS and see when he's going to come out and take another test for the Haney test, because he came out and pulled a soil sample 3 or 4 years ago and sent it into the local lab that does the Haney test. So I'm hoping he'll do another one of these years and we'll get an updated Haney test as well. So I've already had the weld replacement hopper, skins, and hopper. 4400 are good, just hard to find parts. No, and you go to like Downing Tractor anywhere, and the old combines are disappearing fast. They're getting scrapped. So, but there's a few 4400s in the neighborhood for sale, and I always cross my mind about buying one for a parts machine. But my problem is I buy it and it would sit there forever. So I don't know. That's right, Eric. You're in it for the money. Maple Grove Farm in my stream about 3 weeks ago. Excavating 320. I've been a little behind, but how are you doing? I'm surviving. How you doing, bud? JNC No Limit TV is cool, small channel. I have to check that out. Tada Farms, it's like they talk down to you. Yep. It's the difference between a small community and a big city. The big, got that right, TNR. Someone just subbed me. See? Farm All Fanatic is really good at hosting these. In the last 2 days, I picked up over 20 subscriptions. Can't say they're all related to Farm All Fanatics channel, but a lot of them are, because I really like when people subscribe to you and then they go on a video and comment, because my subscriber number will climb, but it won't tell me the new subscribers for like 3 or 4 days. So if they subscribe to me and they expect or want a return sub, they gotta leave a message on a video. Otherwise, I don't know. So, and then when I do check my subscription list every couple days, and when I see new subs, if I see if they've got subscribers, I'll click on there and see what their content is. So, neighbor said my 9 green planter will have no resale value. Told them it's okay, save 50% versus green. And see, I don't ever buy anything with the intent to resell. So, and if I do buy something with the intent to resell, it's really ugly when I buy it, because appearance is one of the quickest ways to make $1. You buy an ugly tractor and make it pretty, you can usually make it pretty and turn around and flip it right away and triple your money, at least double it. So, I never buy anything with the intent to resell. Ted Puvio, if you go to the person's comment, like I'm looking at your comment right now, and if I put my mouse over top of your comment, I can't find the 3 dots and keep going to the right, there's 3 dots that pop up right to the right of the comment. So you got to hover over the comment or the person's comment that you want to check out their channel. Yeah, Floyd Farms, I guess, beat me to that one, which is great. Non-green planter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe maybe a lot of you guys don't subscribe, but if you do, or if you don't subscribe, go check out John Stevens' Maple Grove Farm. He's about 2.5 hours northwest of me. He lives up by my mom and dad. Um, re really smart guy with soil health, cover crops, no-till, strip-till, any of that kind of stuff. Go check out his channel. If you guys are trying to get into cover crops, having issues with no-tiller cover crops, trying to figure out how to make it work, check out John. He's better at explaining stuff than I am. I have a hard time on the computer, but now when I go in front of these people and talk up there, it's a totally different thing than the computer. It's nice when you're talking in front of a live audience because they ask questions. And there was just a video made, I think John made it the other day, about the audience when you're done with your speech or your thing or whatever, and then you go, are there any comments or questions? And everybody just kind of looks at each other. Huh? He's right. It's when people ask questions is when the topics get really good. Then, I make up my talk, and then you go do your talk or whatever. That's kind of just boring. But once people start asking questions and you get discussion going, that's when things get good. I mean, I can remember the day that I shook Ray Archuleta's hand and Gabe Brown's hand, and the questions that I had for them guys, the day wasn't long enough. So, dang it. You guys are way ahead of me again. I was caught up there for a little bit. Chucky quit replying a long time ago, and I quit watching him about 3 years ago. Good luck. You keep putting pictures on Facebook and Instagram because I like seeing that stuff. I'm pretty sure it was you that it was either you or I'm pretty sure it was you and your dog in the pond today. That would have sucked. That would have been cold. Circumstance as a cover for alfalfa worked pretty well. Exactly, you're invisible. I might skip over some of these comments trying to catch back up to you guys a little bit. Can't afford the production cost of films. I know some smaller channels that won't acknowledge your comments either. Yeah, and you're right there, Mac. I keep forgetting whose names. I know a lot of you know a lot of each other's names, and some people's names are still pretty private. So I try to. A lot of times I just say your channel names when I really want to say your real name, but Scotty. Well, soybean farmer beans are done. look forward to seeing soybeans last harvest video for 2018 beans. It's yep, it's hard to watch all subs in the YouTube world, but I try. Yeah, and I don't watch everybody that I sub to either. If they have a video that looks interesting to me, then I watch it. If they have a video that doesn't look very interesting, I don't watch it. Or I'll watch it when there's nothing else to watch, kind of go back and try and catch up. But usually everybody's got pretty entertaining stuff. Been trying to get pictures with our tractors. We have the manuals, but not all have pictures. I watch OLF all the time. I've been watching him for 10 years. And it's kind of like a soap opera. Once you start watching Days of Our Lives, so I'm told, my mom always said, it's addicting. So that's kind of the way it is. But there's a lot of other people that I don't watch that got famous too fast. Hoping to get 15 acres of Sudan grass. Yeah, that's pretty close to what I'm going to have too, Dan. At USA Blades. Nash, the 60 still sitting in the shop. I got to call Downing and order that Bendex for it. John Deere had it on order for 6 weeks, and it was still on back order when I canceled the order. So I just got to call Downing and get ordered. Who knows? Maybe it'll be on back order there too. But I don't think about it when I walk by it. So I just got to call and get the part ordered one of these days. Then I can put the starter back together and get off my bench. Funny, Dave. You just said that, and I looked. I got 42 thumbs up. I'm surprised. I never even think of the thumbs up thing. There was discussion on Farmall Fanatics video earlier about they should just do away with the thumbs up and thumbs down, which I agree with. But I was reading what the thumbs up and thumbs down are, and when people do a search, say they're searching sorghum Sudan grass or sorghum, and the more thumbs down a video has, the lower it's going to be on that suggestion list. And the videos that have a lot of thumbs up will be higher in that suggestion list. When people are searching those things, that's a lot of what the thumbs up and thumbs down are for. So why not every year? Because I can't afford it right now. I would like to go every other year, but for right now, I gotta do it every 4 years because of my NR 590 plan. Small farm, limited income, you gotta watch your P's and Q's. So I can't afford to do a soil test every year. I could have swore that the blades that I just bought for my drill list last spring said USA on them too. Bought them from Shoop. Is anyone else naked? I'm not, but you guys probably are. I even have pants on. Cold and snowing in Indiana. We're gonna get snow this coming week too, the way it sounds. And the way it sounds, we're supposed to get more snow down here than John is gonna get up there. I can't remember how they showed how it bent down. Maybe he's gonna get snow up there too. I don't know. They're never right though. Yeah, I'm sure Ted's naked too there, John. Sometimes I gotta tell Ted when he's doing Snapchat, though, you can't put the camera down too far. I don't need to see anything like that. You picked almost as much as I have total. You're getting there. Anybody that doesn't know, check out Warren McKnight. He has a Hue, is it a Hue 50 with a 5.9 Cummins in it? Transplant motor? Check that thing out. It's who just subbed to me. Is who just subbed to me? Um, Brent Anderson, the wife, just told me a couple hours ago I'm going to be a dad again. Really? No, this Brent Anderson, is this really Tom? That white planter will be here when I retire. I'm pretty sure that my new idea, Kinsey John Deere planter, would probably last me the rest of my life too, as long as I keep getting parts from John Deere for it or shoot. Canadian welder farmer Warren McKnight just did also. Yeah, Tom or Brent or whichever of the Andersons. If that's true, congratulations. I'm done having kids though. I tried searching John Owens. I heard somebody else say his name too, and I couldn't find it. And I didn't see anywhere where he was commenting, because it's easier when people comment to find their channels. But I didn't see that John Owens anywhere. Because I think you said that on Farmall Fanatics live stream last night too, and I searched and couldn't find it. Oh, dang it. Should have just used my phone, but you guys are way ahead of me. How did that happen? We're perfect. Just subscribe to 4 new channels. There you go, Ted. It makes it much easier. Back this up a little bit here. Got organic tests done this year, and we are from 2.5 to 4.1. That's pretty good. Most of mine when I bought the farm was 0.5 or less. The highest one I had was 1.5 on the whole farm. Made me blush. Just think though, Dave. Now, if you were in Indiana, John Stevens, you would be mud. If it's mud though, cover crops should be growing. The ground isn't froze. Them cover crops growing would help absorb some of that mud. Not as much as they will once it warms up. Call me Mac or Scott. See, I'm way behind because I made that comment, what, 20 minutes ago. Does anybody use feature channels on their side to promote other channels? I do. If you go to my main YouTube channel, you will see a feature channel list. I try to update that every once in a while, or I could push a thing to shuffle or whatever. Just check lost 2 subs. What in the world? How could you, of all people, lose subs? Come on, Steve. You got to make another crack tube video. Like you I would like you no-tillers to do some moldboard and burn some carbon up and increase global warming because I'm tired of freezing my ass off. Sorry, Mr. Bill, I ain't going to help you on that one. I did see something funny the other day, though. They were talking about emissions from cows and how it's not contributing to global warming. I hit the like button 42 times. Hoping for a boy this time. You're as good as any boy. How's it going, Ralph? There should not be a thumbs down anyway. Gonna get between 10 to 12 inches of snow. Depends on what weather channel you watch, right, Devin? And it depends on what part of the state, too, because it's been so sporadic this year. Not much snow predicted. Yeah, Shoop is the best, but John Deere said they were giving a deal. God dang it. I'm trying to read timers. Dang it, it disappeared on me. How's your deer herd doing? They're doing quite well. 42 of them out there tonight. Had to chase them out of the corn crib again. 6 inches up here in North Dakota. Keeping warm up there. Yeah, we're trying to keep warm. No, I do not believe John Deere owns Shoop. John Deere owns A&I believe. I want to say the owner of Shoop, his name is Matt, I think. Yeah, Ben. I like Ben's shoutouts too. I used to do shoutouts, but um, I started getting too many people requesting shoutouts that weren't making videos, or they make a video and then they wouldn't make one for 6 months, and then they'd expect a shoutout, and that kind of irritated me. So I haven't been doing shoutouts lately. I try to put in the featured list on my homepage channels for people to check out, and I try to put smaller channels on there because most of the bigger channels are active enough that people see them on other people's stuff, you know. So 4M, I think around 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I think that's what I am. I think that's around the best time because the guys in PA are 8 o'clock. You know, Ted and those guys are 6 o'clock. So, you know, like James and them, the problem is it's 2 o'clock in the morning over there. No problem, Warren. I think it's a cool machine. I would love to have one. And it's small enough. It'd be nice on a little farm like this. You know, for mixing feed and pushing snow and everything. It'd be pretty cool to have. Saw Wisconsin got hit hard in the middle. Yeah. Down southern Wisconsin's been getting a lot of snow and a lot of storms. Up here, we just been getting cold. Three Basket Living. Hello, folks. Just came across the channel, but it's lagging, buffering pretty hard. Maybe the beard is too intimidating. I got a ways to go to catch up to you, buddy. Dutch dairyman said his country wants to ban breeding cows to help global warming. There are people in politics that don't even know how the world operates. A&I who Deere owns. Jeff, it's warm down where Jeff is at. He's almost like in Florida. Got ideal temperatures all the time. Yeah, Ralph, you don't want to come to Arcadia. It's cold over here. Crappy roads. There's still snow in the southwest. The snowmobilers are mad up here. They want to go riding. I think there's snow way up north. Because it seems to me I saw on Instagram a bunch of guys were up by Duluth, Superior up in that area riding. I've been training it, but it always sticks out farther on this side than this side. This side curls under, this side trying to come to a point, but wife sits and plays with it too. Jeff has nice tractors also. Yes, Jeff does. You know, and Jeff and them guys are like a month ahead of me up here. If I had somebody to take care of my chores, I would probably drive down and sit in one of Jeff's tractors for a couple days to help them get done. Just because it would break up the winter. Wednesday it snowed quite a bit. Plow trucks didn't get any side roads cleared. 8 at night. Wow. Our patrolman is out at 4 o'clock in the morning or earlier if he has to be to get our township done. If not, I got to yell at him. Stroking things at your place. All that rain we had. That's probably got a lot of rain up here that froze. It rained on top of frozen ground that one day. It's a flavor saver. I know what you mean, buddy. Not allowed to grow beard. My wife does. She sits here and plays with it. You want to play with my beard? You can stroke my beard. I got to crack my wife's back. 1 second. Hopefully you guys can't hear it. There. Up, down. Oh, that's so gross. Oh, I hate cracking people's back. Nasty. Turn up the volume, laugh out loud. God, I can't stand that song. But it makes her back feel better, so whatever. I'm not allowed to grow a beard. My wife likes when it gets longer. She hates the pokey stage. Have the wife and kids to your stuff. Yeah, right. They don't even go and take care of their own horse or calves. Jeff in paradise. Yeah. Burr, it's gonna be cold on Wednesday. Um, is that code for something? Crack her back, never heard it called that. Gotta crack her back every night. She's gotta go to the chiropractor or something because one shoulder's higher than the other. And it's seriously cracking her back. I ain't doing nothing else. Can't stand clean shave. I'm never clean shaved. Save food in your beard so you won't starve. My wife's, I mean. I don't know, Ted. It gets awfully cold in silos. Want to pet my beard? She'll pet my beard. See? She likes playing with it. The problem is she starts going backwards, messing it up. If I want to touch my wife, means no beard. I did this week. Beards are not sickening to look at. Beards are manly. I mean, just go check out Dude's latest video. That dude can grow a beard, man. Well, apparently, Dude was in the house and I missed his comment. There he is. And he's got the slowest burning stogie I've ever seen, too. Somebody had to go for a beer run, though, because I know he hasn't been sucking on that beer for a month or two or however long it's been since that last video. Enough foreplay. Come on, Dave. Yeah, you're right, Devin. The old stave saddles are going to be sticky. My wife has the mountain man fetish. Uh, Jeff, did you get my 8670 all done? Too cheap for razors. Shut the lid. Yep. My girlfriend is the one who hates beards. Something wrong with her. Due from the hills, thinking he's part Squatch. Waiting on the machine shop to work on the head. Oh boy. Carlos, I don't really know what that means. Many of you have seen this, I'm sure, that follow me on Instagram. My wife had that made. It's a canvas. It's a canvas. What do you call it? Canvas picture, basically. Got a little thing in there you can hang on the wall. That's our old cow. Born in '03. Still out there. But she had that made because it's an awesome picture. And she's 16 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old. She ain't going to be around forever. So that is one of the cows that started it all here. PewDiePie. Beards help with the wind chill a lot. My wife is saying yes, and she doesn't have one. Knocking frozen silage off the wall. Kind of a disaster when it gets mild. Yeah. Holds in the wood smoke smell. Don't trim, let it grow, and drink a beer like a real man. John, you really need a plasma cutter to do the cutting in there for you. I'd love to have a plasma cutter and a burn table. That'd be awesome. It costs money too. Like in West's growing a beard. You guys see the one on Facebook where it shows Trump? He's got, shows him normal and it shows him right next to it with a shaved head and a beard. That Trump needs to shave his hair and grow a beard. Beard, man, that'd be awesome. Look like a Billy Badass then. Calling for 5 to 10 centimeters here tonight. Started my week in PA, then just now in Indiana, so I didn't shave last week. We'll shave in AM when I'm home. Yeah, dude, she got a really good picture of that cow that day. We were out on a gator ride and had the back of the gator full of kids, and my wife got a good picture of her. No, Warren, I haven't done any more of the 60 yet. I got to get that part ordered one of these days. I'll order it from Downing Tractor. How's it going, Scott? In this cold weather, instead of your cows giving milk, do they give ice? Well, my cows are all dry right now, but I'm pretty sure they would. Yeah. Ice cream cows. They should start calving though in a couple weeks. Hopefully. I'm a little worried the bull's a little small though. So I'm afraid my breeding season is going to be off this year. As a small one. Oh, it'd be nice if they gave ice cream. I could go for some fresh ice cream. Trump looked badass. I agree, Jeff. 25 grand for a 4x8. And I was looking for a 5x10 or a 5x12 or a 6x12. I mean, then just use a hypotherm head on it. But it's a lot of money just to play with. I have better things to spend that money on. Silo is getting regrowed this year, so hopefully that will help. Hopefully. Instead of his fake hair. We had one that was 18 years old. Finally had to sell her last year. And see, that's what I'm afraid of. She's got good body condition, but she's moving slower now. So I have a feeling she's going to be getting called in a year or two. Kept her last heifer and died. That sucks. Yeah, Ted. I think he's about my when I said the burn table comment. They have burn tables now that you can take your hypotherm power unit and you can hook it on their burn table, their CNC burn table. Then it's a dual purpose machine. One of them would be awesome, but I don't do enough metal fab anymore that it'd ever pay. Farmer Tyler Ranch. Did I miss his comment somewhere? I didn't know he was here. Man. Hello, Paul. Surfers make great chocolate milk. Fishing was not good today. Bet you it was cold today. No, Devin, I think Jeff's tractor, they're waiting. He said waiting for the machine shop to do the head. You have to leave. There's no such thing as a bad day fishing. Since Trump took office, I got 2 raises in 18 and 2 profit sharing. Oh, there Jeff said he's waiting on the machine shop. Oldest cow on our farm is 13. Sweet cow, but is starting to have problems. Won't be breeding her back. That sucks. Always comes a time. That 25 grand isn't what the plaz. That is cheaping out using my own power unit I own already. How close to Chippewa Falls are you? We bought fire truck from last year. About half an hour, I would say. Maybe closer, depending on how fast I drove. Chippewa Falls is where I went and bought the parts for my Bobcat the other day. Bobcat Pro. Huh? Protein tubs. My wife said to ask thoughts on protein tubs. Those 200-pound, whatever they are. Trying to cut back on some hay use maybe with the cows. I'll extend it. Chippewa Falls Farm and Fleet down there has those 200-pound lick tubs or whatever on sale for $49. Need my silo done too. It needs to be built. We're just gonna go bunker walls. Sitting by the fireplace warming about with an adult beverage. Tables are hard to keep working if you don't use them enough, exactly. UV was saying he did a plasma cutter review. Better sell cows for the get. Too slow. But you might sold a really slow cow for $13 total. Yeah. I think before I sold her for $13, she'd go in my freezer. How's it going, Jeff? Ready for some snow and cold weather. Honestly, it wouldn't be bad to have a little bit of snow right now, but the cold weather, no. I don't want 2 feet of snow. 6 inches, 8 inches snow. That'd be fine, but have a good night, John. But I plan to do maple syrup this year, yes. Some, anyways. Life is much better with Trump in the White House. Steve, how big a silo is that? Protein tubs are handy, but expensive. Some distillers are corn gluten. You better buy for protein, in my opinion. It might look into that too, Dan. This was just something the wife's friend that has horses said she gets something for this horse because she's not really losing weight, but we don't want her to. Huh? Oh, apparently she is a little bit. If I go back up there for the fire pump repair class, yeah, let me know if you come up to Chippewa Falls. So at 40 bucks, 200-pound tub, you're paying 400 bucks a ton. Dairy quality alfalfa is cheaper. I'm just looking to give them a little bit extra. I'm not buying dairy quality hay for a horse. Refills 200 pounds for 35, regular price 45. We don't have any Rural Kings over here though. Darren, you're wasting your time on tire equipment. You'll never make enough money selling tires to even pay for the equipment, let alone make a living doing it. Unless you're in town that doesn't have a tire shop or repair shop, you're a full service station, and you have an alignment rack, and you actually have a hoist and tire changer and a wheel balancer and all that, you ain't gonna make any money with it. love you Americans. I love speaking English. The worst part is, Ted, right now, if you search Craigslist around here, hay is almost $150 a bale for the shittiest hay you can find. And anything that's decent comes in a semi-load. Most of us can't afford to buy a semi-load of hay. It's much easier to pay $45 than it is $4,500 right now. But the hay would be cheaper than a tub, I agree. You give your horse a protein tub, but pay a lot more. Yeah. $7,500 for a changer and $5,000 for the balancer. And markup on a tire is about $10 a tire, $15 a tire. How many tires do you have to do just to pay for the equipment? And that doesn't even include a hoist. So you're laying on your back, messing around with cheap tire or floor jacks. And customers pull in, they see you don't even have hoist, and they go, "What kind of rinky-dink, ass backward setup is this? We ain't never coming back here again." It ain't worth it. You would make more money going applying at McDonald's. Go work for $10 an hour. You make more than you would if you bought the tire changer, and you'd have a lot less headaches. When the burger was done wrong, they'd be mad at McDonald's. They wouldn't be mad at you talking shit behind your back all over town. Paulo is Brazilian. What do you think about Brazil? I don't know much about Brazil. I certainly don't know enough to dislike it. Hay is crazy high. I agree, Dan. Hay is nuts up here right now. Oh, there's not much choice for hay here. Oh, or lead price. No, 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 no. Got to keep Mama happy. Our country's okay. It has its issues right now. Can you hear the wife laughing in the background of that one? Yeah, you guys heard the old song, like a snowball headed for hell. That's this country right now. All these Fruit Loops. Best tire change around is a Hispanic guy with a carport and floor jacks. He only has the changer and balancer. But he probably lives in town. He doesn't live 20 minutes or 20 miles from town, in the middle of nowhere. Good looking women in Brazil? Pretty sure they do. There's good looking women everywhere. And there's ugly ones everywhere. And like I say, you'd never make enough money to pay for the equipment. I was in the tire business for 6 years, I know. You'll never make the money back to pay for that, let alone live. You'd be damn lucky to make enough money off doing it to pay the interest on the credit card that you're going to use to buy all that crap. It isn't worth it. You're better off getting a job somewhere else in town where all the expenses is their problem. You just go and collect a check. $20 a roll for 5x5. Wish I could send you some. I wish you could too, TR Cattle. As of right now, I figure I'm 11 bales short. So I really wish I wouldn't have planted beans last year. I really wish I would have seeded hay down last year. Tired of growing beans and not making any money on them. You can visit before the wall goes up. Don't worry, the wall will still have doors in it if it ever gets built. $35 a bale in Oklahoma. Yeah, I wish you had a semi to sun north too. Figure 11. I'm 11 short to get to April 1st. I'm really hoping for a March spring this year. If we could have an early spring, get that rye growing, or I could get those girls out on winter rye right away, that'd be awesome. Never visited Brazil. I've never left this country. The new Den from New York. Yeah, no living in the middle of nowhere. You get no traffic. He's on the main drag through town, exactly. And down there, he probably doesn't need a heated shop to work in. That's why he has a carport. Ate too many Tide Pods. Just recently had someone call looking for a tractor trailer load of second cutting. Just laughed at him. 19% annual interest, exactly. Mental disorder. You got that right. Something mental. Just doesn't make sense, some of the stuff you hear. 4x5 bales for cheap though. I got some 4x5 bales for cheap. Well, I'll be in touch, Jeff. The only problem is my trailer has steel on it. I haven't registered it in 2 years, so I don't really have a way to haul them that far. Neighbor lost lots of money on beans this year. Average was way below normal. Yeah, my beans didn't. I mean, they did in the 30s, but still couldn't make any money with them. I would have been farther ahead planting hay because right now hay's going. I got the hay by the road. People want hay all the time. I'd made more money selling hay right now. Said world come to an end in 12 years. Well, it isn't getting any better. Should send you some of mine. I wanted to ask if I can translate what you speak in English because I do not understand many things. Still learning. And I have no way to translate. I can send you some hay in an envelope if that helps. Nah. Save the postage, Scott. Grabbing dinner. I'll send you 10. It's a long. If you're going to send 10 bales from there, you might as well catch that tractor on the way by too and make it a trip. Yeah, you got that right. There'll be another shutdown. It's only a partial reopen right now, I think. I don't know. I've kind of given up paying attention to that crap. And I see most of the stuff on Facebook, so I've been avoiding. I don't go on Facebook very much anymore either. There's so much stupid stuff on there that just makes you want to beat your head off a wall. How's it going, Chris? on his fodder scheme? I have no idea, to tell you the truth. If they're gonna buy it the same as they're buying hay, corn stalks, the fodder can build up fast on corn stalks. But it all depends what he plants. All depends on the year. You have a good year and you get tall corn, so you got a lot of fodder, you can make a lot of a lot of bales. It's a bad year and corn is short. Got that right. Shut down proves we can get by without it. Postage going up. Really. Tractor is less than an hour away. Wish I could find one for that price, less than an hour away from me. They're talking something like $2,000 to haul it. $50 not plus delivery here in Michigan. They're 100 and up here. 4x5 sitting outside. And a lot of them have twine tie, they're not even net wrap. You know somebody that has silage hay feeder wagon for cheap up your way? I'll bring you a load of hay. I don't know anybody that has a silage hay feeder wagon right now. I quit watching TV in 06. I don't. When they went to digital or whatever, that's when I quit watching TV because we don't get TV here anymore. Public television like PBS, the 4 channels, that's all we get. So we have Netflix, but I rarely watch that. I'll watch when a new season of The Ranch comes out or one of those shows, but me and the wife will sit there and watch them in a day, and then there's nothing else to watch for the rest of the year. So that's why I like YouTube. He says he's doing the silage type. Yeah. We quit in 13, dude. $12 for a small square bale at auction today. That doesn't surprise me, Timer. I just heard that one of the guys that go to the local auction barn where they have a hay sale every week, top selling big square bale of grass hay was $196 a bale at the auction. Um, yeah, I go on Facebook about twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. But there's so much of the same thing on there every day that I don't spend much time on there. Selling great grass for 90 a ton. The worst part is the trucking to get it here. Yeah, it's nice if you have a barn to put your hay in. Don't start a Facebook group. I was a party group for a long time, but I had to leave eventually or unfollow it or something because you get so damn many notifications from these things all the time, and I can't keep up with it all. So, not that I didn't like your group or whatever, but there just gets to be so damn much stuff. I can challenge you to something I've always wanted. Okay? I usually listen to music over watching TV. Yep. Life behind a cow. Message retract. Barn boy night. Says he don't care about yield of corn fodder. Yeah, right. My folks all small squares Amish, yeah. I don't have a barn. My hay is growing grasses here. Yep. It's buildings are expensive. It's hard to build a building just to put hay in. It's nice if you have one. I don't know, Steve. The dealership is supposed to be figuring that out. Growing oats, cold beans. Um, I'm looking at a bale processor right now that I can shred a lot more bales and mix more corn silage with. Because right now, if I got to feed them a bale of hay every day, I'm 11 days short. But if I had a bale chopper and I could chop a lot of them bales, which I'm not going to sit there and chop all them with the chopper that I have now. If I had a way to process them, I could mix some more corn silage and take less hay, and then I could stretch the hay out. But without a bale processor, I can't do it. So I'm either there's one on auction right now I'm watching. Otherwise, I'm gonna see if I can't rent one from somewhere. Have one for a bit of hay, but only fits 30 bales. The other half is commodity shed. Yeah. Packed 300 bales in our hay barn this year. Didn't leave much room for equipment. Things got packed in pretty good. You could make a giant hay bread loaf in the field like the old days. Yep. Pay to stack your or store your hay at Old Dairy Barn. $10 per 100 squares. And you're feeding horses too, so our horses' hay is inside the shed too. No, I do not speak Polish. Unbiased truth, I must have missed a different comment somewhere. It says I was joking. Must be the bottom. So yeah. Any more questions, comments, concerns, criticism before we end this live stream? We're going on 2 hours already. Holy cow. I can head back outside of the frozen tundra. Check on my cow's water. Feed my girls. Those bales are just straight grass, nothing special. Well, Jeff, I'll let you know. As of right now, I don't really have a whole lot of money for anything, but we'll see what happens. There's nothing wrong with baleage. Oh, now you guys are commenting. I ain't paying attention. Why do I not speak Polish? Because one of my grandparents or my great grandparents never taught me Polish. Building plan update. I don't know as of right now. If I do anything, we're just going to build walls this year, and then we'll probably put a roof on the following year. Everything's way too expensive right now. See you later, Nash. Stay warm. Yeah. Yeah. Anderson, it's time to go check cows. That's what I'm going to go do. I got to feed the heifers, feed the horse, check the cow's water, see if I can turn the water flow down. Of course, my wife is hot. May the beard go with you, young man. See you later, TNR. See you later, Scott. Have a good one, Preview. Night, Floyd. Night, Dave. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions or anything to talk about, I think we are going to call her a night. You guys out in PA and stuff, it's 10 o'clock there. Should stay out on the east side. So, see you later, Mark. See you, Scotty. Muddy Springs, I'm looking at a 7,400 or a 7,600. Johnny Deere. Around 110, 115 horsepower is what I'm after. Don't need anything bigger than that. Little 6 gets everything done now, so I figure another 20, 25 more horsepower would be plenty. Biggest thing I'm after is the more weight. Seed brands for this year. I'm waiting to hear from a seed dealer on some sorghum. And when it comes to seed corn, I'm probably going to get some Pilgrim from a local seed dealer. And I don't know if I'm going to go with Stein again this year or Golden Harvest or what I'm going to do for sure yet. I gotta get talking to them guys here pretty soon. Yeah, 76 is longer. I know that. They got a bigger radiator in them, or the bigger frame like the 7700. Which one? Either one of them two is what I'm after. I get a 74, I'm going to turn the pump up to the same as a 76. I just want 115 horse. 7200 is the same thing as a 7400, so I'd take a 7200, do the same thing with that. Next time you're on, I'd like to hear your thoughts on your cover crops. But I'm willing to talk about them anytime. I love the cover crops. Thanks, Paul. Have a good one, Dan. You'd go to 38 rows. Tim, if I go to anything, it'd be 36-inch rows. But I don't know. Everybody's around here has been talking me out of it. I think what we might do is I might broadcast into some of the corn, but I think what we're going to end up doing is doing high moisture corn this year so I can get off a month or so earlier. I think that'll give me enough time to get the cover crops growing in the fall. So I think what we do is we combine high moisture, and actually Ted is the one that really got that in my mind. I think we'll combine high moisture corn, put the cows on stocks, and no-till rye into it right away, and they can graze stocks till the rye is growing. How are you going to do high moisture corn? I'm going to combine it. I'm going to run it through my mill. I'm going to pile it in a long, narrow, tall row, pile on the cement, pack it down, and cover it. That's my plan. At least fields where I want to get cows on right away. The other fields I'll probably just leave and pick. So that's my plan with that. What kind of time frame are you looking at for the new tractor? There is no real time frame on it, Chris. When I find the right deal, that's when I'm getting it. If I don't get one this year, I continue on with what I have. But if the right price comes along, then I'll buy one when I find the right deal. I'm in no hurry for anything, honestly. I have found that haste makes waste. So I'm not in a rush to buy one. If I'm in a rush, I'll make a bad decision and I'll regret it. So when the good Lord is ready for me to buy one, he'll present me with the right deal, and we will buy one. What do you do? I got a harvester silo. That's what I do. I wish I had a harvester silo. In the future, if there was anything I was gonna build other than a cattle shed, I would put up a harvester for high moisture corn. Scotty, I was going to, but now the questions started coming in. I'm in Wisconsin. Yeah, Ted, I plan all the corn that I grow this year is going to be fed to my animals. Everything I grow this 2019 is going for feed to my critters. I'm not selling any feed anymore unless I have extra hay. I'm not selling corn anymore. I never make any money on it. Not going to grow beans anymore because I can't make any money on them. So I'm just going to keep growing my cows. I make the most money on them. So I'm just going to grow feed for my own animals. No beans, Muddy Springs, no beans. Well, Scotty, I'm not going to twist your arm. If you want to hang around, you're more than welcome to hang around. If you want to go to bed, you're more than welcome to go to bed. Went and got some #1 diesel to blend for next week. Yeah, you're going to need it. 4,000 pounds per head to finish. Good to know, Ted. Should have 19 calves born this year, approximately. So out of them, I'd like to keep at least 3 for herd building and then the rest finish. So, yipper. Going to keep growing the herd. I'm going to eat all the feed I can get. So, going to try and grow some sorghum this year and hopefully make a lot of tonnage. Figure I'm going to put in more beans than corn this year, more wheat straw for the cattle in turn. Yeah, if you're doing cash crops and whatever, I think beans, if you can grow good beans, we don't get the yields here that most guys do. We can grow good corn, but we can't grow good beans. So I use that same treatment, which I rarely ever use any because when I have my buddy bring fuel, I haven't blended my fuel right when he puts it in the tank. Guess stick around for a bit longer. So yeah, I have mine blended. They blend it when they bring it out and fill the fuel barrel. So I don't buy very much diesel at a time. Usually 150, 200 gallons during the winter. That way I don't have a lot of winterized fuel left over in the spring. So I use power service too. It all depends on what's on sale or what has, what Cenex has or what Fleet Farm has or what Farm and Fleet has. Depends on what store I'm at. But right now I haven't used any in a couple of years. Everything sits in a heated shop, so I usually don't have any issues when they're in a heated shop. Back when everything sat outside and was plugged into a block heater, then I had problems. So do I plan on planting wheat or rye after last? Yes, I do, Harris Farms. I plan to plant rye after everything. I plan to have another 4 or 5 acres of rye to combine again this year for the seed, and there's going to be rye planted behind every annual crop that I grow here. Um, so yeah, the plan is to cut the sorghum twice and chop it. And then after the second cutting, I'm hoping to graze it. Then while the cows are grazing it, I'm going to no-till winter rye right into it, and the cows can keep it mowed down until the frost takes care of it. Then the cows will go on corn stalks. So cheap feed. That's what I'm hoping. I need a lot of tonnage because the herd's growing fast. Only tractor used in the winter is a 4230. It's in heated shop. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. The house, what I have now, a buddy of mine gave that to me. That's what they use in all their semis. But before that, I had fuel power service. So, but I watched a video where they were comparing all them, and none of them are very impressive. Honestly, the best thing is kerosene. By far better than any of those things. But growing up, buddy's dad had the old Ford 6.9 with a Banks turbo on it. I don't know how many times that thing gelled up. Pull it home, dump kerosene in the fuel tank, get it started. That's what cleaned it out every time. Yeah, I agree with you on the TMR. I confide in Ted a lot, and I agree. Me and him agree that I need a TMR mixer. It opens up so many options with what we're doing. So how long ago did I have the 4030? 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I sold it right after I bought the 6400. So it's I sold the 4440 that spring, and I sold the 4430 or the 4030. I can't remember if I sold it right after I bought the 64 or if I sold it the following spring. But once I got the 64, I didn't care for them two anymore. I mean, they were great tractors, but I love the 64. Have a good night, Chris. Yeah, the kerosene, I mean, it works the best for ungelling if you can. No, TMRs don't grow on trees either. How's it going? The great Kara works well, but it's expensive. Yeah, it is expensive, but yeah, timer put that stuff in, still gelled up. That's like I say, the video that I watched where they were comparing that, none of them were worth a crap. So kerosene's the best. Scotty mixes 10% kerosene, 90% number two. I couldn't sleep. John, I normally stay up till Minimum of 11 o'clock. A lot of times 1 o'clock. Depends on the night. How come I got rid of the 4430? Got rid of the 4430 because when I sold that tractor, I quit my off the farm job. So, yep, Ted doesn't sleep. Yeah, Massey all night, John. Got a stationary mixer and love it. I wouldn't mind a stationary reel mixer if I could find a decent one that's not wore out piece of junk. All mine were quad range, Scotty. The only thing I have that's synchro was the 4020 and the 3010. The 3010 was a diesel. I actually I bought the 4030 on an auction, online auction. The day I went to pick it up, I hauled the 3010 there and dropped it off. So that is the plan, Harris Farms. By before fall, I plan to have one. How's it going, Cameron? Movies I think are not made just like yours, but I think the reality of movies in your country is very high. I don't watch a lot of movies, so I'd have to take your word for it there, Paula. I think the biggest thing, Egg Wild, is with the TMR, you can mix lower quality feeds with higher quality feeds and kind of balance them out. Otherwise, if you're just feeding bale hay, I think you got hungry cows, you're going to clean anything up. Small mixes, yeah. Did I like the 4030? The 4030 was a hell of a good tractor. It was easy on fuel. It had that 329 in it. And you guys, well, some of you guys saw the pictures of when I was painting it after I had the head redone. I took the head off and took it down to the machine shop and had them go through the head. And I put 6 brand new injectors in it. And when I bought it, it would only idle. You keep pushing the throttle forward, and then all of a sudden it would ramp up to 1500, and you kept pushing, and then it would ramp up to wide open. The governor was rusted inside of it, so I took the injection pump out, sent it down to the machine shop while the head was off, and easy starting tractor, easy on fuel. It was a great tractor, but it didn't have air conditioning. It was a heat box. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's a good tractor. I wish now I still had it with what the two that I have now, but it was certainly more economical than the 4440 and the 4430. I'll tell you that. More economical than the 6400? No, I would say they're probably about the same. You can consider me a fan. Gotta love the quad range. Yep. Old types are way better. And I don't know, Cameron, that's what I might end up getting. I don't know for sure. I really would like a stationary because I like running just the skid steer every day. I really don't want to have to start a tractor, but it all depends what happens. Are you in Iowa or something? Well, title says it all. TMR works great on 1,000 weight cattle. I'm gonna use a TMR on all of them from day one. I don't know. During the summer, I might put them on just hay and corn. I don't know. I don't know the bales, and after they eat the bales, we take the rest of the mix. Be liquid corn and corn silage, so saving the grinding. 925 subs to go. You got to make a lot of videos to get subscribers. People don't subscribe to people that are not active on YouTube. That's all I can tell you. If you're looking at a 4030, and the price is right, I would buy it. I would never tell anybody not to buy one. I love the one that I had. To get the 1,000, I need to get monetized. You can't get monetized till after you're at 1,000 and have 4,000 hours of view time, I believe. So you got to make a lot of videos before you can even get monetized. Cost $9.24 to go. It's not just 1,000 subscribers. I want to say it's 4,000 hours of view time as well. So you got to get making videos if you want to get monetized. One every 6 months or a year isn't going to cut it. So, anyways, well, I get your point on starting only the skid steer, but you have to think in the future, what if you rented a lot down the road? Drive a skid steer isn't that coming on. Well, Cameron, in that case, I would probably trade off my stationary for a trailer type, or what I would do is I would set up a conveyor and I would just get like a fence line feeder wagon that I could fill from the TMR. So find like an old Artsway fence line feeder or a Kelly Ryan fence line feeder, something like that. Looking for a planter tractor. Anyone got a clean 4455? Bunch of them on Tractor House. Yep, Ted, you're right. They're the same exact thing. They're just missing the transports. So, but yeah, Cameron, if I got that big where I had a lot down the road, I would probably go to a tractor type then because you're feeding enough animals to make it pay. But when you're only feeding 60 head or whatever, it's hard to justify starting 2 engines every day if you can just start one that only uses half a gallon of, a feeding. So it's a it's a really crunching the numbers situation here for all of us that are in the farming world. Would love to have a 4840 or a 4960. If I were you, I'd go with the 4960. Don't you have like a 4955 or something like that, or 4650 or something? Yeah, 4960. The neighbors had one of their big chopping tractor for many, many years until they got a clause. Now they're got a clause. Now they're doing custom work all over the neighborhood. And shit, we've got 5 custom choppers within 10 miles of me. So then guys go all over the place. And then if you go over by Thorpe, you've got a bunch more custom harvester guys. So not many pull type choppers go in the neighborhood anymore. But I know the big dairy south of town, they had a 4960 for their chopping tractor for quite a while. All firewood. I have not burnt the back one yet, but we're getting snow now, so we're gonna have a fire. We're gonna have a fire here pretty soon. So stupid charger. So we will be burning that pile here pretty quick. But anyways, guys, we're at 2 hours and 20 minutes. And it's 9:23 p.m. I need to go back outside, so could look into a junkyard, buy a nice stationery, but just rob the wheels and PTO. Yeah, it's a tight numbers game right now, and I don't know. I think if I bought a stationery, like I said, I'd probably just buy a fence line feeder if I need one. Um, I don't know. Depends on what I buy for a TMR mixer now. If I end up buying a newer one or a new one, then I'd probably just buy a fence line feeder because it's Seems like the right time of the year you can find them for about $1,500 to $2,500 on Craigslist. So, or I just modify the chopper box. Could always take one of my 14-foot boxes, take the roof off, and I've got an old manure spreader out there that I could mount one of them 14-foot boxes on, and pull that around to feed cattle too if I had to. All the videos I missed. Okay, must have been too busy with your girlfriend. Some issues with ours this year. Hoping the market turns around. We all are hoping the markets turn around. Mr. Goldie, 42.55. Been sitting for a year, fire right up. Sweet. Obviously, the injection pump didn't bleed off. In my 30 series, in my mind, 30 series is where John Deere produced their best products. You think in the 30 series or 30 series and after? 4430s were good tractors. They were just harder starting, and a lot of times when you rebuilt the engines, if you put the update kit in them, they started better. Chad, I don't mind the snow that they're talking, but the cold, come on. Next purchase would be a tractor baler. Probably already got our chopping equipment. Yeah, it's nice to have your own baler. I had thought of one of the neighbors talking about planting sorghum for the goats. And I told him if you planted for the goats, if they'd eat it, I said you'd almost have to get a baler with a crop cutter. And I told him that one of the other neighbors is a crop cutter, that if he does it, he'd probably have to use their baler. I hate to throw business or, say no to business, but have a good night, Cameron. But I can't justify going to spend a $30,000 on just a baler when there hasn't been much custom work lately. So you don't know if you're going to be able to get enough custom work to make a payment or not. So screw it. Like 07 to 11. Oh, that 30 series. See, and I don't want to go any newer than a 10 series in like the 6,000 or 7,000 series. I don't want to get to where they're all computerized. Want to see a chopper box disappear fast? Put silage in it. You got that right, Ted. Can't live high on the horse all the time, you know. But people need to start thinking outside the box and how they're going to make their farms run. How can you save money? Plant a crop that produces nitrogen, so you don't got to buy in. All kinds of different stuff. How can you save money? Go to no-till from tillage. Just different. You got to think different. No, I agree with you, Devin. I don't like computers either. I hate these computers. Every time I got to do an update every once a week, it's irritating. This, like my old desktop, I've had automatic updates shut off on that thing for 10 years. This thing, you can't shut the updates off, and every time it does an update, it gets slower and slower and slower. One of these days, I'm going to go buy a brand new laptop, and I'm going to update all my farm stuff on there, my Snap Plus programs and all that crap, and I'm never going to connect it to Wi-Fi. Nope. That way, it'll never update. It's irritating. So, yeah, they can make you more efficient and can save you money until something breaks and it costs you $5,000 to $10,000 to fix it. Then all the money you saved is gone. Yeah, they're not all computerized now. All the ones I'm looking at aren't computerized. So the problem is, just like vehicles, service engine light's been on in my Canyon for years. Every time I take it to the dealership, they want to start with the cheapest fix. Oh, we'll try this first, then we'll try that. Bullshit. You got a computer. That should tell you what's wrong with it, right? No, no, no. They swear up and down. No, it's just guessing. It's just kind of like an educated guess. Well, was running rough when it was cold, whatever. What'd they tell me? Start with plugs and a thermostat. $200 later, didn't change a damn thing. What else could be? Oh, it could be the O2 sensor. It could be this. It could be that. It could be this. It could be that. Come home, look up on YouTube. A lot of people are saying throttle body, or yeah, throttle body. So after my wife hit the raccoon the other day and had to have her car fixed, I asked that guy to scan it. I said, "What do you think it is?" He said, "I think it's throttle body." I said, "Good," because that was what I thought it was too. Dealership, oh no, they would have changed everything else before they changed that. They would have charged you for everything before they got to that part. That's why I don't like computers. I don't like having to rely on anybody else. I don't have to rely on a card reader, nothing. Screw that. If it works or it don't. Mechanical. That's what I like. So that's why I hate computers and electronic crap. I don't like drive-by-wire crap. I don't like the throttle that you can roll up and down and it's live wire feed up to the positioning sensor for the throttle. I don't want none of that crap. Most choose on it. There you sit, twiddling your thumbs. I don't want none of that crap. I want a rod from here to there. So that's just me, though. Anybody wants a computer, they can get a computer. But yeah, anyhow, I agree, Devin. I like the stuff that's pre-computer. Hell, I'm about ready to go back to a pre-computer vehicle. But anyways, I'm gonna end this so I can go out and finish my chores and catch up on some videos probably. Ben Beezer should have a new video out here, shout outs and stuff. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. I got 34 still hanging with us, 62 thumbs up. Pretty awesome night. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a great night. I want one I can roll the windows down manually. Me too, Sylviane. I will never own a John Deere again. I bought a lawn tractor, took it to the dealer to get it all ready for next season. $600, get the damn thing back. Runs like shit now. I don't take anything to anybody else to get fixed if I don't have to. Only reason my wife's car went to somebody else is because it's too close to the ground, and then I don't have enough stuff to get high enough off the ground to work on it. So I had him work on the car. Otherwise, I fix all my own stuff. So sick of dealers and that trying to rip you off. Have a good night, Sylviane. Have a good night, you guys. I'm gonna enter now. Night, Warren. So have a great night, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.